I'm going to follow that one. All I can say is I'll be a little bit shorter and a whole lot cleaner. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Grahame. I'm the other co-best man, and I hope you're all having as good a time as I'm going to be having just as soon as the speech is over. As Stephen said, I'm Fraser's brother, and I would like to start by saying how proud and happy I am to see Fraser married today. It's been an absolutely fantastic day, and even the Scottish weather obliged, which is pretty unusual in these parts, so it's been really great. As I said, thanks to my co-best man, and of course my thanks to Fraser. Thank you for asking me to be your best man, it's a great honour, and thank you for insisting on the speeches after the dinner. That's been really enjoyable for us all. Thank you, brother. Last but not least, I'd like to thank the bridesmaids, congratulate them on a fantastic job they've done today, and reiterate how stunning they look. And they're only rightly outshone by our bride Sarah, who looks absolutely fantastic today. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, I've been asked to pass on a wee message from our groom Fraser. He says he'd like to apologise for the standard of the venue. Edinburgh Castle itself wasn't available today, so we'll just have to make do. I'd like to extend a welcome to those of you joining us from Birmingham and even further afield. I hope you're having a great time up here in Scotland, and don't worry, there will be a fully subtitled DVD of the speeches available afterwards. Now, to Fraser. It's fair to say that Fraser has come a long way since he met Sarah. Nowadays, you're more likely to have him tell you about a great rocket salad he had than a great night in the Rocket Club. That's one for the Birmingham lads there. Yes, believe it or not, Fraser wasn't always the chiselled Disney prince. I had to get one in, that you see before you today. I remember when Fraser was born, such was his unusual appearance. At the hospital, they had to fit tinted windows on his cot, just so they wouldn't scare the other babies. Yes, completely true. If you caught him in the right light, you'd have thought Winston Churchill had been brought back from the dead wearing a baby grow. And my mother was always being stopped in the street by well-meaning old ladies with advice such as, "Don't worry, hen, he'll grow into that heat." Once he got a bit older, we stopped being frightened of him. Our sister Joanne and I started to include him in our games. Games such as, let's tie Fraser to the bunk bed ladders, let's torture Fraser with clothes pegs, and who could forget, let's hide the scary chimpanzee puppet under Fraser's bed. Always a guaranteed a laugh at bedtime. Now, I think Stephen has adequately and very eloquently covered the nursery and school days, so I think I'll jump forward a bit to when he went to university. Fraser was always a very conscientious student. He was always looking to make use of all the latest tools to advance his studies, and a great example of this was in the late 90s when we got our first dial-up internet connection. Now, up to this point, the computer had been in my bedroom because I needed it a bit more up in those days. And Fraser didn't pay much attention. But as soon as we got on the web, you could not keep him away. He was in my bedroom day and night. I would come home from uni, and there he was. I'd come home from work, and there he was. I'd come home from a night out, and there he was. My bedroom door firmly shut. Fraser bashing away on his little mouse. I was asking myself, I'm not studying that much. What can I be doing in there? And what's this strange stain on my computer chair? Sorry, Fraser. It's all true. Now, it's no secret that Fraser's love of the internet has led him to become something of a local celebrity in the Midlands area by his heroic, yes, heroic administration of the world-famous Birmingham Instagram account. Yes, believe it or not, Fraser has managed to turn the camera away from his own face and as it turns out onto the beauty of Birmingham instead. And I think one look at your handout, I think we can agree that's a welcome change for us all. As Stephen mentioned earlier, Instagram is kind of a camera club for the Facebook generation. Now I remember the days before the internet when camera clubs consisted of strange wee men who would get together at the weekend to show each other their long exposures. So no change there then. Not being entirely familiar with the Instagram phenomenon myself, I went online to check out some of Fraser's work. And all I can say is if you're looking for a moody, black and white picture of the Jewellery Quarter on a Sunday morning, Fraser's your man. And like any self-respecting celebrity, Fraser has obviously cultivated the size 0 body. Yes, built like the proverbial racing snake. The only man in Britain to have ever bought a small from Zara. So slim his pinstripe suit only has 3 stripes. For the stag do in Madrid, Stephen and I bought him a series of humorous outfits to wear throughout the weekend, all in the smallest sizes we could find to add to the effect. However, owing to Fraser's physique, this somewhat backfired. The fancy dress matador outfit, well, it was positively roomy. The revealing comedy speedos for the hotel pool, size XX small, didn't reveal, well, very much at all. Sorry about that, Sarah. And the spandex cycling shorts for the Sunday afternoon bike tour, size ladies small, would have passed muster as a Bermuda short on Bondi Beach. However, it's true that Fraser's toned and tiny physique doesn't escape the attention of the ladies either. In a funny coincidence, I bumped into the wife of a friend at the hotel pool, who immediately said, "Have you seen the hairy wee boy in the Budgie Smugglers? What's he all about?" To which I immediately replied, "I've no idea, and he's certainly nothing to do with me," which is a true story. We maybe took it a bit further the next day when we forced him to wear said Budgie Smugglers out on the streets. We thought it was hilarious, however, not a view shared by the Madrid constabulary when they nearly arrested Fraser for public indecency. I think between me and Stephen we're probably embarrassed him enough, so I'm going to finish off by saying some nice things, at least a couple of nice things anyway. A wise man called Alvin Strait said of his own brother, "There's no one knows your life better than a brother that's about your age. He knows who you are and he knows what you are better than anyone else on earth." And I think I know what he meant by that. As Fraser and I shared, well, basically everything growing up. We're not just brothers, we're the closest of friends, and that makes it all the more fantastic to see him marry such a great girl as Sarah today. From the first time we met Sarah, and I think from the first time we saw you guys together, and how happy you make each other, I think we knew it was going to be for good. And I'd just like to wish you all the success and happiness in the world in your future life together. So, ladies and gentlemen, could you please charge your glasses and join me in a toast, to the bride and groom. So it just remains for me to thank you all for listening to all this and wish everyone a great night. Cheers, thank you.